Hello and welcome to another custom Gaim Figuarts video. This is Comrade Gaim Durian arms, and this was a huge pain to do, mostly because of the shoulder pads and the shape of the arm and head. So, yeah, the Durian arms is plugged into there, and it's got the orange and Budo Loxies just hanging there. And so he's holding these two. Now, of course, Gaim's weapons are thicker than the Durian blade handles. Meaning for Bravo to hold the orange blade and stuff, you stretch the fingers just a little bit, but he can hold it because the handlebar is thicker than his hand, the hole in his fingers. So he can hold that just fine. But this means that these blades do get a pretty bit kind of loose in Gaim's hands. So that's kind of annoying. I don't know any way to deal with it. I guess he can hold it lower down the handlebar where it gets thicker. So yeah, that will do. We'll just do that. Oh, there goes the grape Loxie. Come on, get back on there. Now, in order to do this guy, one of the things I had to do was take his body from his legs, just so his legs weren't getting in the way. And in the process, I ripped the two pieces, the sword holder and the Loxie holder, off the belt, and they look like they're things that I can actually reattach, but it wasn't happening. So what I had to do was use super glue to glue them on, which is actually a good thing. These things are quite loose on the original Gaim, and even the reissues. Reissues are a bit better, and the later releases of Gaim, like Jimba arms and etc, they were a bit better. And in fact, Kiwami arms actually has the pieces glued in as a single piece, so you can't remove them. So that's a good fix. So so I glued them on. I think this Loxie might need to be glued on as well. The legs keep pushing it off. That's kind of annoying. Anyway, so I've done that. I've glued those two pieces on now. They're permanently stuck there, which is actually really good. Now it won't be as annoying. Now, if you watch my Bravo Orange Arms video right there, if you haven't, you can watch that later. I mentioned that the build of Bravo's armor is very different from Ryugen and Gaim, in that it's not a piece that's hooked onto a little joint that goes up and down. It's an entire piece that's stuck onto an armor. In fact, these green and silver pieces are all different pieces. So when I first broke it off, they fell apart into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces. So what I've done here is I've glued them back together. The screws and joints on the back of this armor plate is completely gone, cut off, sanded off. So it's if you want to turn this back into Bravo, it's not happening. It's all gone. We attach all of these pieces, glue them back on. There's a bit of a mulli put there that we attach onto that. So it's all glued on with super glue as well as modeling clay. So I had to do that. Next thing is Bravo's shoulder pads are attached to his arms on a little joint, whereas the Gaim stuff is, you see orange arms there is actually attached to the actual armor, which means that the arms on Gaim have no connectors for these to go on. So what I did was I got a hard metal paper clip. Whoops. Yeah, I got a paper clip. And I just did, like, imagine sewing stuff, but instead, of string, you have a metal wire going through, hooking these together. So these are just all metal wires, a little paper clip thing going on, and they're not going to be, they're just going to be like Buddha arms are just sort of loose and hovering down, which is fine, because if I move the arm up, it'll move up. Move the arm down, it'll move down. So it works. You can still see a bit of metal paper clip there, which is, for the most part, is hidden. Another thing I had to do is, Gaim's head is a lot shorter. Oh, there goes the back of the head. I did not glue this on yet, because I didn't want to. I think I still need to sand this down a little bit. Gaim's inner head is far too big for the Durian helmet, so I had to remove the outer section of the head, and you see this very small piece there. There's an extra round piece covering it, so I had to remove that piece, which took a long time. Lots of sanding, lots of drilling, lots of cutting, and eventually this piece was able to plug on. And I had to remove the center ring of spikes on the top of the armor piece there. I had to cut that all off with a nail clipper. And I'm going to sand it down, I guess, eventually, just to ease it. And I also sanded down the bottom of this helmet. And you can see Gaim can't move his head down. He move it up a little bit, and can rotate it, but he can't move down because he's got no space to do that. And I don't mind that too much because the Durian arms is a more bulky armor, and it's just like how, you know, if you had like a figure of 1989 Batman, he can't, you know, move his head really, and it sort of makes sense in that way. Like I get it, the armor gets in the way. So that's happened with Gaim as well. So yeah, there we go. So there he is. Lots of swapping Bravo's armor onto anyone else is a lot harder. I did use green paint for his eyes, but it turned out quite dark. Under certain lights it's still greenish, which that's okay, I guess. So there he is, Gaim, Durian arms. It was a huge pain to deal with, and it's especially a huge pain because of all these bloody spikes that are kind of sharp, especially when you're trying to rip the armor off the torso. It's really hard to find a place to put pressure on without stabbing myself. So that's that. So there he is. He still has, so he's got like 3 swords now. He's like, oh well, I guess that's like a spare sword he can use. Maybe I can alter one of these Durian blades so we'll plug into the Muso saber, but I'm not going to do that for a while. But there he is. So we're moving back there, and here these are my 4 custom Gaim Figuarts. If they do reissue a Baron Banana Arms, because that's really expensive now, even though it's like a normal release, because everyone likes him, I guess, they really should reissue him. If they do make a reissue of him, I'll probably get one just to color him in black for one of the later versions in the second Gaim Gaiden movie. And I might pick up one more Gaim just for a paint job. I'm not gonna swap his arms or anything. There's a fresh orange arms, of course, and there's also the moldy orange where he loses his power in the stage show that's set after the finale of the episode. There are subtitles online, you can get an episode of that and download it. Just find it. Kamen Gaim final stage show or something where you see him without any like just sort of moldy armor. So yeah, I intend to do those 2 paint jobs. Hopefully not too long in the future, and I do look forward to the bunch of Gaim Figuarts that are still pending releases. Those would be cool. I do intend to get every single Gaim Figuarts because I'm sad that way. So yeah, so tell me what you think of Gaim's Durian arms. I hope I did a good enough job. If you've done any custom Kamen Gaim Figuarts, please feel free to share them in links below or on my Facebook page. And tell me what you think. Tell me what armors you want to swap around. Maybe try a go. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe button, of course, leave a comment below. And I appreciate anyone that watches without ad block. And I appreciate anyone who wants to support this channel even further, so I do more videos more often. You can head over to the Patreon page and give me a little support there. I appreciate any help and just any viewership. I thank you very much for watching this video. And most importantly, take care, have a nice day, and you know, eat some food. It's good for you.